All right, guys. So some more exciting stuff for you here. First and foremost, though, I just looked at the referral program, which is that link in that past lecture. I'll actually link it in this lecture too. So that's lecture 4. And that document will be linked in this lecture and attached to both lectures, the past and this one. Now, it just looks at like it's a CPA rate of 5% of what you earn for the first year. And like I said, that doesn't take any money out of your pocket. It just basically adds a percentage of what you earn to mine. So it's not necessarily, 5% isn't a lot, but if you assume that you earn, maybe 1,000 in 1,000 a week, that's what, $50 for me in that week. So it's not a lot, but it adds up, especially if you're doing it over the whole year and, a bunch of people sign up through my link. So that would obviously help me out. I'd really appreciate that. We're a network, we're a team. So, like I said, sign up through that link if you haven't already signed up for MaxBounty. And I'd really appreciate that. With that being said, though, we're going to hop right in and look at some CPA lectures, CPA offers, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you'll see here that some of these CPAs are actually sales, just to kind of browse. 25 per sale, of this, whatever that would be. It's, so coffee pods. But what we're more interested in, and obviously you can search through here, for me, I live in the U.S., so typically when you do CPA offers, and you'll notice this in my other course, you're marketing to the person that's going to click the link. And we're going to get into this later on in a lecture after this. But in this case, for this strategy, you're going to be clicking your link. So I'm going to show you what I mean in a second, and it's going to blow your mind. So I live in the U.S., so I'm going to look for U.S., but in other CPAs, obviously, you would be promoted. If say you're promoting to say you lived in the U.S. and you're promoting to someone in Germany, then you would need to find Germany because whoever clicks the link in Germany, it needs to be a German offer. In my case, it's a United States offer, so I'm going to click United States, and I'm going to simply sort it, and then I'm going to sort this by top. Now you notice you can go through and look through these if you want and spend some time. I just hop right down because in my experience, the majority of these are actually sales, even if they say leads. This says $75 per lead, but I promise you, 99.9% of the time, it's gonna, they're gonna be sales. It just says lead, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna skip to like 8 here, and we're gonna find some legitimate ones. So this is further down to what you can expect. Now, literally, you're gonna go through and find these, and you're gonna want to make sure that they're eligible, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. But this is more along the lines of what you're looking for. Now, the best CPA offer that I found that's a straight up email submit, and just to give you some CPA terms really fast, when it says single opt-in, that's an email submit. So the only thing that the person has to do for you to get paid is submit their email on that page. And like I said, we're going to get into this, so don't worry. A double opt-in is basically when the person submits their email, but then they have to confirm their email. So they submit that email on the page, and then they have to go back into their email account, whether that's Gmail, whether that's Outlook, Yahoo, etc., and then click the link in their email that confirms that's actually a legitimate email. You can look for double opt-ins if you want to. I always check for this strategy, look for single opt-ins because it's the easiest. The best single opt-in I've ever found is about $8 per lead. But that's more the exception rather than the norm. You're most likely going to find them from $6 and lower. They can be anywhere from like $1 to like $6. So literally every time someone clicks your link and signs an email through that page, you get paid that $1 to $6. So you can see how fast that adds up and how easy that is. So we're gonna click on a couple of these and see if, God damn it. I always do that. So this right here is a no email confirm required. So it's basically a single opt-in. Now you always want to read these and make sure that you're getting what that you're abiding by the rules that this is saying. It will also say what's allowed, the traffic types. In this case, the majority of them are going to be, you don't have to worry about email because you're not doing email. They're going to be search is fine, contextual. So as long as it doesn't say it's not incentive, so this is pretty good. But like I said, just read this really fast. You're going to want to make sure whether it's a single or double opt-in. You're going to want to keep track of that necessarily. I always go for the single opt-ins, which this basically is because it says no email confirmed. And like what I said is single opt-in. There's only, they literally just have to submit their email and then they're good. Whereas a double opt-in, and I'll show you an example of that in a second probably, is they have to submit their email and, like I said, verify it. So let's just kind of pick this one. I don't know why I clicked that. I always do that. That's a good example. Where was that? Was that Pinecone? This is an example of something you want to check too. You want to make sure that you can run it. A lot of these you can only run if you have a certain percentage or if you request approval. I have not requested approval for this, so I can't run this. So I'm just going to completely ignore this. This one doesn't have a daily cap. I'm approved for it. So this is something I would want to put on. And this is, you're going to want to find a bunch of offers, maybe 7 to 10, that depending on each network. Now you can find, 2 on this network and 2 on another network and 2 on another network, or you can simply find 7 to 10 on one network. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to basically, what you want to do is you want to go through these and locate about 7 local black males, so sign up and email confirmation. So this is a double opt-in. Sometimes it will literally write it out, and sometimes it will just say SOI, which is single opt-in. Sometimes it will say DOI, which is double opt-in. That's how you decipher. So this is basically a double opt-in for $4.40. Every time somebody signs up and then goes back and verifies their email in their email, you get paid $4.40 or $4.40 in commission. So I avoid these just because it's just a hassle to basically verify. But you don't have to if you want to. But that's another step that we're not going to get into in this course. So I would go through and I would recommend locating about 7 to email and confirm. About 7 to 10 good offers that are just single opt-ins where, again, no email confirm is required. And we're not going to actually go through and find this because I don't want to waste your time. I literally just want to give you the strategy. There's so many. I'm literally excited for you guys to try this because it's going to blow your mind. You're going to go through, like I said, find a couple of good offers that are single opt-ins that pay you. Now, this is $5.20 every single time somebody signs up through this link. I get $5.20. Now, what I mean by this is, we'll just go to the default landing page really fast. This is what somebody's going to be taken to when they click your link. Now, what they say, whether they sign up with Facebook or they sign up with their email doesn't matter necessarily. But when they sign up with their email, they literally just have to fill this out, and then hit start sign up, and then you get paid that $5.20. Now, you'll also want to read how the pay thing works. That sometimes it's up here, and sometimes it's down here. A lot of times, and sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of times, a company will do manually, so it doesn't necessarily update automatically. So you don't, if someone signs up through your link, or you sign up through your link or whatever, and you don't get that $5.20 in your account right away, don't worry. A lot of times it will be a manual thing where they have to go back and check, and then they'll manually give you the money into your account. But it will be there. So the way that you do this now is you want to read all this information, make sure you're abiding, figure out 7 to 10 single opt-ins where the email is not doesn't have to be confirmed, and then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to go to either banners or search. I prefer search. You can go banners, it doesn't matter, and you're going to simply get your tracking code. And there it is. And that's the link that you're going to use on your site. And I'm going to get into all that with you in a second. Don't know why that took me to Facebook, but just to give you an example. And you're going to find 7 to 10 of these, then you're simply going to go down and grab these. Now, every once in a while, you run into a problem, and I'll show you what I mean if you go banners, where it gives you all of this. What you do then is you simply have to know a little bit about code. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put it in a Word document to kind of show you easier. You don't have to do this step, but it just makes it easier for me to show you how to get your link extracted out of this long one. So you'll notice here, this is basically code telling the computer what this is. It's basically telling the computer what the page is going to look like and the link that it's taking it to. What you want to do is you want to locate the first parentheses, okay? The first parentheses. And then you're going to click your cursor right to the right of that parentheses. You're going to copy the entire link up until the very next parentheses. So right there. First parentheses to very next parentheses. That's your link. Okay? So let's see if this takes me to Facebook again, but should be the same link. Yep, same exact link. So that's how you extract your link. If you have any questions about this, just email me. Like I said, feel free to email me at Brian, that's Brian with a Y, at bgmediainnovation.com. and I'd love to help you out with that. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes you'll get short ones. Sometimes you won't get this at all. You'll just get a straight link. The way that you'll notice this is you'll get these little, I don't even remember what these are called. I'm going to just say bars, even though they're not called bars. You'll know that if you need to extract it, you'll see that. So that's simply how you get it. First parentheses, like I said, to the very next parentheses, and everything in between. If not, like I said, sometimes if you're just doing search, and even sometimes on banners, because like I said, with the banner, it's going to display this. So it's telling the computer to display this with the link in it. I just like to go search. It's easier. A lot of times if you're in search, it'll just simply give you the link. See how there's no this there? There's no this there? That basically tells you that this is just a link. So that's how you do it, guys. You're going to want to search through some of these networks. Once you get accepted, you're going to find good offers that are basically single opt-ins, and then you're going to accumulate about 7 to 10 of them, and then you're going to put them on a site. And I'm going to show you how to do that for free, literally, in the next lecture. So I hope you're excited about that.